Alrighty, what is up, y'all? So I've got here the setup for MW2. Um, Keep in mind this is a beta. It is extremely subject to change. Um, it's probably going to even be changed throughout the beta itself. But while we have the beta, I'm at least going to showcase what I found thus far. Um, so I'm going to put this in the description so you guys can have a quick reference guide coming back to the video if you need to. Dolby updates, and just whatever reason, if it resets, which it typically does in Dolby, I'll have it in the description for you guys to come back to. But you got to be sure to like, subscribe, that way the video is saved and it's going to show up in your results first. So we'll start off with 32 hertz. We have at 7 dB. 64 hertz we have at 10 dB. 125 hertz we have at 7 dB. 250 hertz we have at 9 dB. 500 hertz we have at 11 dB. 1K hertz we have at 7 dB. 2K hertz we have at 5 dB. 4K hertz we have at 7 dB. 8K hertz we have at 5 dB. 4 dB, sorry. 16K we have at 7 dB. So you're gonna probably realize this is very different from my previous videos, and that's because Modern Warfare 2 actually has a very different sound design to the game itself. And what this has done is it's made it to where you can, Dolby Access is actually able to identify the individual frequencies and attenuate them based on the settings we see in front of us. Uh, Previously, it was just kind of sequencing each frequency based on what the Dolby engine thought it should sound like. That's why we would kind of miss out on some cues, but it was still better than what the game was in Warzone and Modern Warfare 2019. Reason being, that's why we have Volume Leveler on this time. Previously, I'm sure you guys have heard me rant, don't use Sound Virtualizer or Volume Leveler, it's absolutely useless. The reason why we've hiked up our frequencies is because we want certain frequencies elevated, right? Well, guess what? Bass Boost headset in game actually elevates the bassy, thumpy kind of footsteps enough to where it's it's proficient. All right, I'll put it that way. Even the in-game settings itself is proficient, but it's not good enough. That's why you guys are here. Once you guys elevate these frequencies and turn on volume leveler, it's essentially going to flatline all of these, but it doesn't completely do so. That's why it's helpful to still have these at individual decibels. The volume leveler is extremely effective. If you guys want to stick around, I'm going to showcase a gameplay where I can kind of sound whore and hear these guys coming when they're just like, what the hell, this guy's cheating. Um, I'm not, I'm just smarter than you. And you guys are smarter than them because you came to this channel. Um, anyway, it's the same idea as previous videos. You guys can go in and use, let's say, Nahmic or Nahmic Companion if you want to. You can use SteelSeries if you want to. Within SteelSeries is an extremely useful program called Sonar. It's an addition to the program itself, but once you go into game, you can edit each one of these individual frequencies. All you want to do is it tells you all the information, right? You can see when I hover over one of these pins, it's 2.1 decibels at 32 hertz. 32 hertz is what we were using on, you guessed it, Dolby Access. So just edit each one of these pins to exactly what we saw over here in Dolby Atmos, and it'll work pretty much exactly the same. The only catch is that whenever you get to the settings underneath, you're going to have to turn on sorry, English. You're going to have to turn on smart volume and likely turn it to 0.5 or 0.75 all the way up to 1.0. And if that's not loud enough, if you guys are not getting enough gain, that's what gain is here for. It will elevate the overall in-game sound. It will heighten the volume. This is kind of a roundabout way of doing so because oftentimes your PC, your sound card, your PlayStation isn't able to do so, which is kind of just specific to PC. Sorry, you guys that are on console, but this program, along with Nahmic, is specific to PC. Okay, let's get out of here, exit that, and make sure that we have, okay, let's make sure that we have Dolby enabled, and we do. Volume is all the way up. Quality is as high as it will go. Okay, let's go ahead and showcase a game real quick, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I am gonna have to change the display settings real quick, just because I don't play on these settings. I've edited the display itself, that way you guys can properly anyway, that does sum it up for the tutorial. You guys want to see if you guys want to see the gameplay and kind of sound using the profile, feel free. As always, subscribe if you guys feel like it's over. I'll see you in the next one.
Copy that.
Reloading!
On station. Stand by.
I'm low on ammo!
Enemy UAV overhead. Friendly UAV online. Package in the AO. UAV on station.
Changing back!
We're getting hit hard. We've secured the lead.
Shock stick out! Thermite out!
Have the lead. Friendly
Gotcha,
UAV
cover.
online. Mission is complete. Good work.
Let me say that I'm not a fantastic Call of Duty player. You have advantages like this one. It heightens your skill cap quite a bit compared to the average player. So I hope you guys benefit from this. Again, please let me know if it's up to par. I am likely going to be refining this more throughout. This is just kind of to get you guys on your feet. Um, volume leveler might be a little bit of a crutch right now, but it's a pretty good crutch. This thing's made of titanium, and ain't that aluminum bullshit. So let's stick with it for now. Um, as I said in the beginning of the video, this is just the beta. So you're gonna have to stick around because this is not gonna last for long. And I'll be taking note and putting out videos accordingly. Till then, you guys have a good one, and thank you much.